Ladies and gentlemen, memories are made of this.
WCUW.
Hello, I'm Allan Eisenberg, and this is Two on the Aisle, brought to you direct from the studios at WCUW in Worcester. And I'm very pleased to have on my first guest today, the gal who's playing Roxy Hart in the production of Chicago, coming to the Hanover Theater next Tuesday and Wednesday. And she's has come to us directly from the Broadway production of Chicago, Tracy Shane. Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Alan. How are you?
All right. Welcome to Two on the Aisle.
Thank you.
Where are you calling from?
I'm actually in a car right now from Bloomington, Indiana.
Okay. And Tracy, as I have mentioned before on my show, I have seen Chicago 4 times. I saw it on Broadway. I saw it in Miami. I saw it in Providence in their wonderful theater. And I saw it 2 years ago at the Hanover Theater here in Worcester. And the best production of all the 4 was the one at the Hanover Theater. No, I heard great things about you, so I'm sure you're going to be able to fill that wonderful role as Roxy Hart. Yeah.
Is the character of Roxy? It's such a personality role, and each actress that plays the role really puts her own stamp on it. And I think that an audience member, audiences have their favorites, and it's always fun to see the show again with somebody new. It makes the show new and different.
Yes, it does. That's what's so great about Chicago. It's such a fabulous show that when different people play the various roles, it even makes it more interesting to see the other interpretation by someone else other than what you've already seen. Okay, now one of the other interesting things about the coming show here is that John O'Hurley from Seinfeld, the actor that plays Jay Peterman, is playing. All right, who's playing?
We have a wonderful actor by the name of Brian O'Brien. He will be playing Billy Flynn with us. He plays the role of Fred Casely on Broadway, and also understudies Billy Flynn on Broadway, and is doing the show with us right now on tour.
It is the longest running American musical in Broadway history. Why do you think that is?
I would say that the subject matter is very relevant to today, to what's going on in the world. I also think of that, and I also think that it's the factor of it's an exciting, sexy, dark, fun show to watch. I mean, there's nothing better than seeing a group of beautiful men and women on stage with sexy costumes. You know, it's as basic as that. But it's also a very interesting story. It's based on a true story, and the subject, murder, lust, greed, corruption, violence, and getting fame, having fame.
All right, we've been talking to Tracy Shane, who's playing Roxy Hart in the upcoming production of Chicago. That's on the 23rd and 24th next week here in Worcester at the Hanover Theater. Tracy, I appreciate your call very much. Any last words for us?
Come and see our show. You'll have a fabulous time.
Pleasure. Great. And we'll see you Tuesday night in Chicago.
Right, Alan, you're back.
Hello, this is Allan Eisenberg again, and we're broadcasting Two on the Aisle. We just have been talking to Tracy Shane, who's playing Roxy Hart in the upcoming production of Chicago next week at the Hanover Theater. Now I'm going to talk about another interesting show. And that show is the Girl Scouts of America, and they put on quite a show. They have a terrific event coming up at Coral Seafood on Shrewsbury Street on November the 30th. And we have with us Angelica Naleen.
That's right. Yeah.
Who is the Director of Fund Development for the Girl Scouts of America. Welcome to Two on the Aisle.
Thank you so much. I'm very pleased to be here.
Okay, now I know you have a great event coming
Oh,
up.
we do.
And we'll get into that in a moment. But first, I'd like to ask you a little bit about the Girl Scouts. In this day and age, and changing mores and styles and fashion and attitude, it's interesting that the Girl Scouts have survived.
We have. We've actually survived 100 years. This is our 100th anniversary of Girl
Is
Scouting.
that right? If someone wanted to be a Girl Scout, how does she become one?
Well, it would be just making a call to our local council. We're Girl Scouts of Central and Western Mass, indicating that she had some interest, and we would work very hard to find a troop for her to belong to, or she could be an individual member.
Okay, that would, I assume, depend on where she lives.
Of course, yes.
Talk about this wonderful event coming up on November the 30th called Fork It Over, which is a great name.
It's actually October 30th.
What did I say, November?
November.
Okay, I always get ahead of myself.
That's okay.
Okay, October
Yeah,
30th.
October 30th,
Thank
right,
you.
right.
At Carl's Seafood.
Yeah.
And what is the, I'll say, 5 to 7:30 p.m.
That's right.
Tell us about Fork It Over.
Well, it's a fabulous event. It's a fundraiser for Girl Scouts of Central and Western Mass. We've had this many years in a row in the Worcester area as well as the Springfield area. And what it is, it's a chef's competition. We invite local chefs to come together on that day and create either appetizers or desserts using Girl Scout cookies as one of the ingredients. So they make their signature dish. They're judged by a group of 4 judges, headed by John Gallagher from the Massachusetts Restaurant Association. And then they're asked to make bite-sized portions for the attendees that come to this event.
It's a contest.
It is a
And
contest.
the visitors choose their favorites.
Yes, we have 2 competitions. One is by the judges. The judges choose their favorites, so
Right.
best for savory and best for sweet. And then all of the visitors, the attendees to the fundraiser, are allowed to vote for their favorites. So there are 2 ways that the chefs can win in this contest.
A wonderful event, Tuesday, October 30th, 5 to 7:30 at Carl's Seafood. Hello, this is Allan Eisenberg, and I'm back here at 2 on the Aisle. We've been speaking to the director of the Girl Scouts in this area about a wonderful show at Ceres Bistro at Carl's Seafood, excuse me. The next dinner I want to talk about is at Ceres Bistro, and it's another fundraiser for the St. John's Food for the Poor Center in Worcester, who is trying to build a new building so we could feed more hungry people. And this Tuscan wine dinner is on Friday, this coming Friday, October 19th. And they're offering a 4-course prefix wine dinner featuring an assortment of Tuscan wines, each artfully paired with a delicious dish prepared by executive chef Bill Nemiroff. All right, I want to talk now a little bit about the Worcester Art Museum. It's a terrific photographic exhibit, which again I highly recommend at the Worcester Art Museum, which of course does a terrific job in all areas of art, and I highly recommend that you go to that exhibition. It'll run for a while, and I think you'll enjoy it and find it to be very interesting indeed. We'll talk now a little bit more about the Hanover Theater, which is one of the great things that ever happened to Worcester, and sort of right up there with the Art Museum as a wonderful place in this community. It has a Broadway tour series, which has included the Mary Poppins, which just played there. I saw that, it was great. Next is Chicago the Musical, and then West Side Story, one of the great Broadway shows of all time. Disney's Beauty and the Beast, another show called The American Idiot, which I'm not familiar with, looking forward to that. Then there's a show about the Beatles and The Lord of the Dance, created by Michael Flatley. And if you've never seen that show, with all that marvelous Irish step dancing, that is some great show to see. Also, Les Mis, Les Miserables will be coming. That's a fabulous show, which has been on tour, played Boston recently, and Joyce Cole Haywick, the great, wonderful critic raved about that show. So I'm very happy that we're going to see Les Mis here in Worcester at the Hanover Theater. Then there's Stomp, and then there's finally The Addams Family, which is supposed to be a tremendously funny show that played Broadway recently. So that's the Broadway tour series at the Hanover Theater, which is a tremendous series that got all kinds of excellent deals if you want to buy tickets to that. And if you do, you can call 877-571-7469, and the website is thehanovertheater.org, and we've got some great entertainment coming up again at the Hanover Theater. And this is Two on the Aisle. I'm Allan Eisenberg, and I hope to see you all again next Thursday. And I'm happy to report that this show is being taped and will be presented on YouTube very soon. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you all again next Thursday on the radio.